Good morning guys! So sa video na to, ang lesson natin is about integral exponents. So this is all about simplifying um, expressions with integral exponents. So maybe there are positive and negative exponents to be simplified. So I will be giving examples and we will go to solve for that para masundan po ninyo. Okay, so when we say integral exponents, it is all about an exponent which is a positive or negative or pwede rin siyang fraction. So we will be simplifying that. Okay, let's say for example number 1. Let's say we have negative 8. We have a cubed, then b negative 3, and raised to negative 2. Okay, so as you can see in the example number 1, we have a numerical value of negative 8, a an exponent of 3, and b raised to negative 3. So this one has an integral exponent of negative, so there is a certain law for that to be applied. And also, sa labas ng parentheses, meron tayong negative 2. So to make it in a simpler way, ang gagawin natin is we are going to apply the law of exponent, which is what we call the power rule. Meaning to say, if we apply power rule, ang gagawin natin sa exponent is isi-simplify natin siya or i-distribute natin siya and we are going to multiply it. So, i-distribute natin siya, this will become negative 8. Then, we have negative 2 here. So, copy natin negative 2. Then, copy A. Then, we have raised to 3. Then, times to the negative 2 sa labas. So, that is power rule. We have to multiply the exponent. So, for B naman, we have negative 3 times we have negative 2 sa labas. Okay, so simplify natin, multiply muna natin yung mga exponents. Then, later on, kunin natin yung pinaka-simplest na sagot. Okay, for this one, we have, since negative 8 siya and negative 2 ang exponent niya, ang rule natin kapag negative integral exponent is to make it a fraction or ibababa lang natin siya. So, since negative yan, automatic lalagay natin siya sa baba. So, maglalagay lang tayo ng 1 sa taas. Then, we have copy negative 8. And yung exponent niya from negative 2 magiging positive 2. Now, for A naman, multiply natin yung exponent. We have 3 times negative 2. We have A raised to negative 6. And then for B, we have B raised to negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. So for this case, meron pa tayong negative exponent sa taas, no? So gagawin natin, bababa lang natin siya. Kasama po siya ng negative 8 square. So bale, ang mangyayari sa kanya will be 1. Then since this is negative, bababa natin siya. And may iwan sa taas lang yung b raised to 6. So yung nasa baba as denominator will be negative 8 squared. Then a raised to, since this is negative, this become like positive 6. So overall, simplify natin siya. So since 1 ito, no need for that. We have b raised to 6. Then all over, since this is negative 8, negative 8 squared, so meaning to say this is negative 8 times we have negative 8. So that will become positive 64. Then copy a raised to 6. So this will be your final answer. Okay, I hope naintindihan po. Okay, number 2 tayo guys. Okay, for number 2, we have, let's say for example, 10, then multiply by c raised to negative 2, and then we have d raised to 4, then we have negative 3 as exponent sa labas. Okay, so in this case guys, ang gagawin lang natin ay same pa rin yung ginamit natin kanina. Since we have parenthesis here and an exponent sa labas, we are going to apply power rule. So, distribute lang natin yung exponent, but this time, dito lang po siya sa loob ng parenthesis. So, yung 10 dito will remains the same. So 10 pa rin siya. So now, let's distribute the exponent one by one. We have C, we have negative 2 times negative 3, then D raised to 4 times negative 3. Okay, so simplify natin siya. We have 10, then we have C, negative 2 times negative 3 will be positive 6, and then D, we have 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Okay, same rule. Gaya ng example kanina, example number 1, we have to simplify negative exponents, ibababa lang natin siya. So this becomes 10 raised to, or 10c raised to 6 all over, we have d raised to 12. Okay, so this will be now your final answer. Okay, next, for number 3. Okay, for number 3. Okay, we have, let's say for example, we have 1/2 r raised to 3, and sa labas ay meron pa po tayong exponent na negative 3. So, as you can see guys, there is a numerical coefficient or numerical value here of 1/2. So, since 1/2 siya, hindi siya whole number, same process, distribute lang natin yung exponent, power rule pa rin tayo. In this case, ang gagawin natin ay just copy 1/2, then copy the exponent negative 3. So this becomes 1/2 raised to negative 3. So r then will be copied also, then 3 times, we have negative 3 as exponent. Okay guys, kung mapapansin ninyo, this is fraction, so we have to distribute it, the exponent one by one. So 1 raised to negative 3 and also 2 raised to negative 3. So this becomes 1 raised to negative 3 all over 2 raised to negative 3. So for r naman, we have r, since 3 times negative 3 will be negative 9. Okay, so ang rule natin, balikan natin yung mga rule natin, or rules natin, that if there is a negative exponent sa taas, bababa natin siya. So, pag nasa baba naman siya, simply, taas lang natin siya to make the exponent positive. So, for this one, we have, since 1 has an exponent of negative 3, baba natin siya. Then, yung 2 naman has an exponent of negative 3, itaas natin siya. So, that becomes 2 raised to 3 all over 1 raised to 3. And since ang r has a negative exponent, gagawin lang natin is baba natin siya. So we have r raised to positive 9. So let's simplify that. This becomes 2 cubed. That is equal to 2 times 2 times 2, or simply we have 8. Then sa baba, since 1 times 1 times 1 is still 1. So 1 r raised to 9, or this is simply as 8 over r raised to 9. So this will be your final answer. So 8 over r raised to 9. Okay guys, for number 4, this is the last one. Okay, let's say for example, we have 75 x cubed, y raised to 12, and z raised to negative 8. Then all over, we have, let's say for example, 40 x raised to negative 4, y raised to 20, and z raised to negative 11. Okay, so this is a different problem since this is now a division, and as you can see guys, there are negative exponents in the numerator as well as in the denominator. So kung mapapansin nyo rin, this 75 and 40 can be simplified through their GCF. So before tayo magsosolve for the exponent, kapag yung numerical values nila can be simplified, we are going to look for their GCF, or that is greatest common factor, na pwedeng mag-divide sa 75 and sa 40. So we think of a number na pwedeng mag-divide sa 75 or 40. So since technique ito guys, pag 5 and 0, automatic the GCF has 5. So So, pwedeng mag-divide ang 75 by 5, also ang 40 by 5. So, if we divide 75 by 5, so let's say for example, nakuha natin yung GCF na 5. Divide natin, we have 75 divided by 5 will give us 15. So, if you have your calculator, you can check. So, here, just copy. We have x cubed. Ito muna, copyhan muna natin ito. Y12, then z raised to negative 8, then all over. So, since nag-divide tayo kanina, divide tayo dito sa baba. So, 40 divided by 5 will give us 8. So, 8 times 5 is 40. So, just copy x raised to negative 4, y raised to 20, and z raised to negative 11. Okay, so this time, ang gagawin nyo na ay simplify na natin yung mga exponent. So, gamit yung rule ng law of exponent, since may negative, baba, itaas natin. So, pag nasa taas naman, baba lang natin. Ano? So, since 15 and 8 or is the simplest form, just copy it, 15 over 8. So, since positive ang exponent ng x here, so x cubed copy. Then, yung x sa baba has a negative exponent, so itaas lang natin siya. So, that becomes x raised to 4 pa dito. For y naman, since they have both positive, ang gagawin natin, kapag nag-divide tayo guys, ng rational expression na parehong may positive exponent, same base, ang gagawin lang natin is copy the base and subtract the exponent. So that is according to the law of exponent also. When division, ang gagawin natin sa exponent ay subtract lang natin. So we have 12 minus 20 will give us negative 8. So since negative siya, ang gagawin natin, so, di ba pag binayos natin ang 12 minus 20, negative 8 siya. So since greater ang 20 sa baba na exponent and mas mababa yung 12, ang y ay ilalagay natin siya sa baba. So here na po ang y. Then, dito tayo mag-subtract. 20 minus 12 will give us 8. For z naman, since pareho silang negative exponent, gawin lang natin, pagpalitin lang sila natin ng pwesto. So, yung z mapupunta sa taas, at yung, or z raised to negative 11 sa numerator, and then yung z raised to negative 8 will be in the denominator. So, z raised to 11, kung mapapansin nyo, positive na yung exponent niya. Then yung sa baba naman, magiging positive exponent na ang 8. Okay, so simplifying that, copy, 15, we have over 8. Okay, ang rule naman natin kapag multiplication, kanina, pag division, subtract the exponent. Kapag multiplication naman, we have x cubed times x raised to 4. Just copy the base and add the exponent. So we have 3 plus 4 here will give us 7. So that's the rule also of the exponent. Kapag multiplication, just add the exponent. Pag division, we have to subtract them. So since x cubed and x raised to 4 will give us x raised to 7, we have x raised to 7. For y, kaya sa baba, y raised to 8. And yung z naman, since mas mataas yung 11 dito kaysa sa 8, subtract din natin ulit, same with the process here. So 11 minus 8 will give us 3. So z raised to 3. So this will be your final answer. Okay, that's it guys for the integral exponent. So I hope you learned something from this video. So let's test guys your learning. So kung meron kayo natutunan, let's try this one. Ano? Okay, so if you know the answer or if you solve for this answer, please comment your answer down below. Okay, so try this. We have, let's say for example, 2 over 5, a raised to 8, then b raised to negative 2. Then we have an exponent of negative 2. Okay, so you have to try this one. If you have your answer, you just have the comment. Pwede nyo pong i-type nyo sa comment. Then if you have suggestion for this video, you can suggest. Okay, so I hope you learned something from this video. That's it for today. See you again next video. Ciao.